time.
All right. All right. Here we go. Here we go. I see it.
Oh, I see it on Restream.
Yay.
Hey, holy shit.
Hey. Hey, I got a notification on YouTube. That's new.
Yep.
From Dicecast.
Yep.
When did they start streaming on YouTube? Um uh let's
We are
see.
live on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Mixer.
Awesome.
You know what?
And yeah, what's up?
Migrate back to YouTube,
You wanna? You
or
think?
or permanently stay on Mixer because these ads are fucking killing me. I hate it. I
On
hate it.
Twitch? The Twitch ads?
It's ridiculous.
Uh
Why do we have to
man,
show? Can't we opt out of ads? Like, I wouldn't mind
not
not
earning
making
on
any
Twitch.
ad money.
I don't know. You should shoot Twitch an email. But I doubt they'll make an exception on
Oh,
one just for one user, you know.
I mean,
But
yeah,
yeah.
I guess. Okay.
Um
You have us showing the actual main screen, by the way, not the countdown.
that's all right. I mean, we're about to start anyway, in a bit. Um there's not a lot to, to hide. Actually, I should get the topic screen up and running. So, let me work on that because I do have to resize some stuff.
Yeah, yeah. We have some new whispers on our Twitch, by the way, which we never
Whispers.
addressed.
What are
Whispers from
whispers?
Tradus and Oxys,
Oh.
telling us that our chat was broken. This is probably what you were talking about last
Oh
Wednesday.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like Restream's chat broke down. It wouldn't
Oh,
load. I mean, even the error message on the chat, browser, um, on the chat's like HTML page was showing up on stream. If you watch
oh, well, that's a
the
load of
the
shit.
VOD, that's okay. At least it kind of already informs the viewers that there's something wrong. I thought it was kind of handy. Like they know it's not on us.
Right. And suspiciously,
What's up?
shortly after that stream, that's when we got the email that they had fixed Facebook integration.
Ah, not suspiciously, it's auspicious because that's probably what they were doing. Like
Yeah,
that is a small price to pay for having all the consolidated chats in one chat room.
true, true, true. I
Um
think we can proceed with our. Well, first
oh
of
well,
all, let's catch up.
yes.
How are you, Mark?
I am a ball of anxious sunshine. Um
Oh no, bad Mark, bad Mark. You should be. You shouldn't worry about it.
Hey Santago, welcome to the stream.
Hello,
Thank
Tagoy.
you for tuning in. Hello to a bunch of other people lurking here. I see a bunch of you there. Hello. Um, the creepy baby lighting makes it worse. Can I add any image filters on OBS to kind of
Yes, you
mess with this
can.
further? Really, I can.
Yeah, if you want to, I don't mind. Go ahead and
How?
you right click the image
Okay, so I go
on
to
the
widgets.
OBS source. Yeah,
Uh huh. Right click the
and
image.
then add filters.
Add filters. Okay, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Let's add like a color correction.
You want to turn my baby green?
Oh,
I have a Hulk
whoa!
baby going on.
Do you see this? Do you see this happening live?
Yep, I do. Dang, you're really scarying her up, huh? That is some mood lighting.
Yeah, single source.
It's like she's straight out of Annabelle Creation.
Ding 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 ding.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for
Thanos. There
having
we go.
turn her into
You.
Thanos.
Yeah. y-
No. She's gonna snap. When she learns how to snap, it's gonna be the death of us all. Okay.
Which one is this? Is this Calliope or
It's Aaron.
it's Aaron? Okay, I almost forgot the name of the other one who isn't my goddaughter.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, anyone that isn't your godchild doesn't matter, apparently.
Mm-hmm. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, don't kill the baby Thanos.
Oh well, no.
Even,
If we're talking
even
about the
Hulk,
movie,
even Hulk said, not to do
eh,
it.
it fixes it in that timeline, but not theirs.
Not, yeah, not where it counts.
Okay, we can also
Um,
just fix this by never teaching my child how to snap.
True,
Could
true.
work out.
It could work out. Let me just. Whoa, why is that above everything else?
No,
Uh,
but now I can't see squat. There you go. Fix it. This is what happens when Mark hosts instead of me.
no, this is what happens when like we take a whole 2 weeks, well, a whole week off of like true table talk
That's
and
true.
do Tailspire.
Kind of out of it.
Yeah, I'm kind of out of it.
Does clapping work? Asks Stagway. We don't know. Has anyone ever tried clapping with the gloves on?
Hang on, I'm gonna set up a
Hey
something for
Naomi.
Naomi to watch because she is bored. Okay.
Yeah, we can see that. Earwalds. Oh, thanks for coming back by the stream. Someone said Tailspire? Yes, we did. This was us. Earwalds, DB, they streamed a Tailspire, what do you call this? A build-a-thon after we streamed our Tailspire Kickstarter special last week. Santiago is asking or saying, overthrow your Papa Mark as the host, Naomi. Will, one day when Mark and I are old and gray and jaded and sick of everything table talk, they're at the stream because that's all we can afford to give them. It's so good that Mark isn't hearing this. No, he probably is.
What? I'm hearing everything.
Yep.
I still have my earphones on.
Usurp, usurp. I think one day they will. Do you think they'll be into this hobby? Or they'll find it like, because this is what we do, they'll want to rebel?
I don't know. I like to think that that I'm gonna show her the fun of it at some point. It's just, I mean, she already likes the dice, playing the dice.
Right, right. Yeah, she even lost your dice, I think, or you were scared about her losing your dice.
Yeah,
Greetings and
no.
hallucinations, Dice Chuck.
Hey, welcome to the stream, dice Chuck. But yeah, no, like if if she doesn't get into it, like no big deal.
Ah, we're not gonna force them or anything.
Yeah.
That's bad news.
Hey, Lichcasts, welcome, welcome, welcome everyone.
Ah, wow. Oh, our regulars are so regular. I guess that's
It's
why
so
they're called
touching.
regulars. Yeah, I love you guys. You're
Ah,
even more regular than my bowel movements, which is great.
whoa, okay. By the way, I gotta say,
Some of you might be wondering, like, why is Mark hosting? I'm also asking the same thing. No, I'm just kidding. I asked him to host because today I am not at home. I
yeah.
brought the babies to visit their grandparents at my old house, at my parents' house.
Ah, how are? Oh yeah, like how are the twins? How are Aaron and Clara, by the way?
They're still bitchy. They're still crazy. They kept me up until 5 last night, so I'm kind of
Okay.
loopy right now.
I mean, all kids, right?
Yeah, I'm
Like
more loopier. You see, you're gonna catch me making even more grammatical mistakes and error.
because you lack sleep
Than error? What?
than ever.
Yeah, you're gonna catch me making more grammar mistakes than error. Wow.
You'll be okay, JP. You'll be
Well,
okay.
I hope so. We're loopy. I'm loopy AF.
Um, what do you call this? So a bit of housekeeping, I guess. Um, while JP recovers, uh,
Yeah,
have you had coffee yet? Do you want coffee?
I don't drink coffee. I just had
You
a funny
don't?
thought.
You stock coffee, but you don't drink it?
It's all for Trish.
Oh, okay. Because like whenever I come over, you guys say, "Hey, Mark, you want some coffee?" Like, "Oh yeah, like your
It's all for
coffee's
Trish and
delicious."
guests. Yeah. I had a weird thought.
Okay, what's up?
had some like if we had time earlier to set up the stream, pa, what if we did the thing where, the picture of the baby is a still image,
Uh-huh.
but
But
the mouth, and it's my mouth.
dude, like you want to deep fake your own
Oh my
baby?
god.
Is
I,
that what you're suggesting?
one is allowed to deep fake my baby's pictures, it would be me. All right. But yeah, like that would be so funny and weird at the same time, and my mouth would be purple too because the filter is still over it. Holy
God.
crap! I'm gonna try it like just for fun later.
Okay. Yeah, sure. You know, knock yourself out. Lichcast says he also stocks coffee for guests, but he and Rachel don't drink it. I guess that's awesome of you guys. That's super considerate. It's just
Yeah,
I can't
it's
believe that.
called being a good host, Mark.
Hey, yeah, sure, fine. I'm terrible at hosting. That's why.
This
Um.
stream being the prime example of that. No, I'm
Yep.
just kidding. You're great. We love it when you host, Mark. Saying
uh.
that with any sarcasm.
Oh,
And you
thank
know
you.
me, I am one sarcastic fuck.
Let's without any sarcasm. This is a bad transition, but yeah, no sarcasm here either when I say that we are excited for a couple of things coming up on the channel. So on Saturday, um, we have in conjunction with oh god, I am not ready to talk about this. In
Oh my
conjunction
gosh. You're the
with
one who's gonna host it too.
I know. Good lord. There, dudes versus cancer. Um, which is another, I guess, outfit of our wonderful DM Lance. So he is putting together a charity event in BGC for his buddy Neil Namoro. So we have talked his uh, about donating to him before because the dude is fighting cancer, which
Yes.
sucks. And this is a chance for anyone in the community to kind of help out, to reach out and do someone a solid. Um, on Saturday, they'll be having an event at Fully Booked High Street in Bonifacio Global City. And we would like to just, I guess, extend an invitation to everyone. Let me see if I can pull up like the webpage, the event page on Facebook. JP, why don't you tell everyone what we will be doing on our part to contribute?
Finalized? Do we know what we're doing?
Well, in general, we do have like a
So,
general plan.
Lance has invited us to do something, to participate in some way at this event, and while playing at a live venue is great, um, our channel Dicecast has been more focused on the streaming side of things. So we thought, why don't we stream a companion game that will happen either alongside the actual event, but what we ended up settling on was streaming before the event, letting the participants from our stream go to the event as well, so they can participate in both. But I digress. We're gonna stream a companion game to the Dudes versus Cancer charity game, which will be held at Fully Booked. Our stream will be online, held what time?
I think
3?
1 to 5, 1 to 5.
1 to 5
Yeah,
p.m.
in
next
the afternoon.
Saturday, or this coming Saturday, sorry.
Yes,
So that's going to be fun. And it's all of the proceeds that we generate during that stream in terms of donations, bits, subscriptions, anything that is thrown our way will go straight to Neil, the benefit of Neil's treatment, I believe.
yes, 100%.
Uh, yeah,
Everything.
100% of it will go to him. To
Also,
subscribe to us or donate to us now, I urge you to hold off for just for a little while. Hold off until Saturday. Donate to us then. Subscribe to us then,
just so it's easier,
so we can give all
bookkeeping
of it.
is easier.
So we can give it all to Neil and his cause. Cancer
uh,
sucks. it really, really sucks, and we want to fight it best we can. And the way that we know best how to do that is to keep providing you guys with streaming entertainment and D&D related content. Chose to participate.
Yeah.
There will be a
Um.
raffle if you go to the actual event, but we're going to tie that into our stream. We don't know the logistics yet.
Yes. Also, we are working on other ways for you to participate on the stream. Like I think the viewers will be able to donate, right? To give players rerolls
Yes.
or inspiration dice, maybe, because we will be I will be DMing. So just a disclaimer right there. I will be DMing on. We will be probably using Tailspire as the platform. With a
Correct.
special guest also, someone
At
from
least
the
one
Greasy
special
Snitches.
guest. We might have
Yeah.
one more.
Oh, nice, nice. So yeah, we will be because I had this idea of putting people through a gauntlet. Um, yes, it'll be a lot more difficult than usual, and people are encouraged to donate to help the player with their dice rolls. So
So this is
we'll see how
similar
that goes.
to if you recall any of the previous D&D events run by groups such as
Eh,
Adventurers Anonymous or other epic events, local charity, games for charity that have been run in the past here locally. Uh, they often allow donations to be put in and award people with rerolls for that. So if you donate and we are granted rerolls or inspirations, you guys can technically participate in the game.
yeah, you can be like the gods looking down over these hapless
Yes,
adventurers and
because what is
playing with
D&D but
fate.
having a whole bunch of little miniature figurines joust each other for our entertainment.
So here are some details that you might want to take note of for Dudes versus Cancer. So it will be on July 6th, 2019. That's on Saturday, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. On the fourth floor of fully booked BGC. So what do you need to know? So number one, be early because registration opens at 5:30 p.m. That means not having to wait in line and having extra time to mingle with the Adventures League Southeast Asia community. Or is that what's BG? What's BGC? Oh, okay. Bonifacio Global
Big,
City. That's a typo.
great city.
um, in case you're running late, don't worry. Your seat will be reserved for you if you registered early. So just remember that being late might not only impact your play experience, but the experience of others at the table. So just be considerate. What is AL for those of you who haven't tried it yet? Well, I haven't tried it yet, but Adventures League is the official Wizards of the Coast sponsored organized play format for D&D 5th Ed. So the Dungeon Masters will be running their games under the AL format, meaning every character finishing their adventure at Dudes vs. Cancer can continue their story at any Adventures League game. So for more AL goodness, you can check out their Facebook. So ALBGC Facebook group. The link is not clickable because it's on an image.
Oh, but it's tiny.cc/ALBGSEA.
SEA. Yeah.
All one word. Go
Um.
ahead and type that in chat for you. You can carry on.
Yeah. Okay. So you're encouraged to donate. So all proceeds at Dudes vs Cancer will go to the benefit of Neil Namoro's fight against it. Even if you can't join, you can still help out by visiting. I think this is this GoFundMe. So tiny.cc/, help Neil fight and consider donating. So every little bit helps. So if you wanna, in addition to like going to the event or joining us on stream and helping and donating like or subscribing or boosting the roles of the players, Yeah, you can. This is another way for you to help. Number five is drinks and snacks only. So bringing external food is not allowed. So don't go to like, don't get your tiger milk tea and expect to be able to to bring it into fully booked BGC. So
Is it good? I don't think I've ever tried tiger milk tea.
I haven't either. So yeah, bring your own drinks. Oh, okay, no, bring external food is not allowed, but you can bring drinks. So you can bring your own water bottle, ideally to avoid waste. Snacks are okay, but please don't bring snacks that like don't bring a freaking garlicky shawarma into the place. So people who might not wanna get a nose full of garlicky um won't be too bothered.
That was saying to bring sinigang from your home to the event. Holy crap!
Hey, if you're gonna share, yeah, if
Yeah,
it's the share, buddy, like sinigang, it's the rainy season. I don't think that would be such a bad thing. But
grade
I mean,
school
yeah,
rules.
it's
If you
against the rules.
bring any, it's got to be enough to share.
But yes, you can get snacks inside fully booked. So I don't know if this means they'll have concessionaires or like I know there's a Starbucks on the third floor of that fully booked. So there are places to get some grub. Um,
Yes, there are.
Finally, be kind, be excellent, and good luck and roll well.
If
So,
you're a moth, you can just eat any of the books there.
ah,
You'll have
no,
to pay for it first.
yeah, that's true. That'd be the whole place is like your buffet. Um, all right.
Even eat the prizes or the player's handbooks that people bring if they're kind enough to let you,
Like
nibble on
nibble
on
on
the
the
corner.
edges.
Hmm. Might even
um,
get some of that, like, how sometimes we play and there's food on the table. It might get soaked up by some of the books. So if you're
mhm.
lucky,
You get some salt on that, some
mouth
seasoning.
will be able to
Yeah,
get some of that little Dorito flavor off the corner of the player's handbook.
that's nasty. Stop.
Should I?
um, what do you call this? Yeah. So like I'm
Did I
totally
throw you off
derailed.
that much?
So yeah, let's
Tell
go.
me.
What
I get really
they say.
weird.
Like what they say. Let's go kick cancer in the nuts this weekend. So you know,
Oh,
um,
Dagoy, that's a good point. Moths prefer drier matte paper and not glossy paper.
is that
Oh, so
true?
then you can go ahead and nibble on the photocopied versions of players' handbooks that we
Pirated
tend
shit.
to do when we can't afford things.
Uh,
Be doing everyone a favor. You'll be doing fully booked a favor because they are anti-piracy. You'll be doing the event organizers a favor because then that incentivizes people to buy or attempt to win their raffle, which they are
mm-hmm.
raffling away a book. We don't know what book yet, but anyone who attends will be eligible to win a book. And you'll be doing a favor to the pirating bastard who photocopied the player's handbook at all,
Mm-hmm.
because now he won't have to worry about being a pirating bastard.
His conscience is clear
Yes.
just because of a moth.
All Mothmen out there, go and nibble on the photocopied player's handbooks of all of the pirating
Oh
bastards
wow.
here in the
Okay.
Philippines. Because
All right.
I admit to having photocopied stuff in the past.
I mean, when you're a broke college kid, right? What are you gonna do? Um. Anyway. What other things do we have coming up? Oh, hey, happy Canada Day to Dice Chuck.
Yeah, I just noticed the time. Wow, it must be really early there. If you're gonna be leaving us, please do take care, and we love you and miss you, buddy.
Um, Photocopy
Photocopy
textbooks lang, not
textbooks,
art.
not art. Ooh, are we calling the player's handbook and role-playing books in general
A
art?
work of art. Oh, they should be. I mean, designing them is certainly a craft. And
I
speaking of
agree.
designing games, like we are
That's a
coming out.
segue. Yeah, congrats, Mark.
We are coming out with a couple of very special streams in August, leading up to Gamers and GMs event, Session Zero. So, for those of you who haven't heard yet of Session Zero, they are Gamers and GMs will be putting together an event where a bunch of um, local game designers will be debuting their work. So it's a really good thing for the local community built around this hobby of ours, and it's nice to see uh so many well really like there were more than I expected basically and quite a number of them have graciously agreed to come on the show. So this won't be on our regular Monday schedule. It'll be on a Saturday, two consecutive Saturdays leading up to the event, which is on August 24. So that's August 10 and August 17. Uh, Saturday afternoon, um, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. We will be having the game designers who will be participating in Session Zero, come on the show, and we're gonna talk about game design and publishing in the Philippines. So, I just want to thank gamers and GMs for basically helping us put this together and for
Thanks,
putting the
gamers
event
and
together in the
GMs.
first place. And yeah, the participants. I don't. We'll talk about them in the lead up to the streams and to the event.
Right.
But yeah, if you're a participant and you're watching, thank you for agreeing to come on the show. We really appreciate it.
Yeah,
So,
we've been wanting to do something like this ever since you guys requested this kind of content.
mm-hmm.
And it just so happened that Gamers and GMs, care of Eric and Rachel and all of the other members there, we're going to do an event like this anyway. And
Yeah.
they were kind enough to approach us to see if we would like to partner. Of course, we jumped on the opportunity. And this is the reason why Mark was acting anxious earlier. I mean, aside from the other event that we just talked about, the fuck cancer event, um, by group name again, Dungeon Dudes, du-
Dudes. Oh God. Sorry,
dudes
Lance.
in the city,
Dudes versus Cancer
dudes
or
versus cancer.
Downtime Dudes. There. The event is Dudes versus Cancer. The name of the
Hmm,
outfit is Downtime Dude.
downtime dudes. Dice Chuck, are you able to read the whispers I've been sending you, or are you on your phone or something? I actually haven't seen whispers. Let me open up my window.
Um.
Uh huh.
Santagoy says. Oh, we had. Oh, Lichcast says. Interestingly, a fair number of folk have been responding positively to our stream call. Well, we're honestly quite flattered. Um, and Santari, to clear it up, we reach out essentially to the participants for the event. Um, don't worry, like we are like after session zero, we do know that there are other game designers, out there who may for some reason or another have not participated in gamers and GMs events, and we would like to. We'll eventually be reaching out to them too. But for August 24, uh, we're all about we are all about promoting their their event session zero, and that's what you'll be focused for now. Still there, JP? I think I lost you.
Oh, I'm still here. I'm just looking
Okay.
at the links that. Oh my God, this is not fair. Dice Chuck. He shared us a link to the Art and Arcana visual history book.
Oh,
You know this. You've seen
yeah,
this in Fully Booked.
yeah.
You know how much it costs here locally, right?
What is it? 3.5?
It's fucking 7,000
It's
pesos here.
7. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
in Canadian dollars, it's 43 bucks.
What is that? 2,000 pesos?
Import this. Holy crap.
What's the Canadian conversion?
Less than the US one.
Oh, so it's like 1.6, 1.5,
Might be. Let me see. 43 CAD to PHP. 1.6.
1.6.
Holy God, I'm gonna import this.
All right. There
WTF
goes.
indeed.
Thank you, Dice Chuck. There
Yeah,
goes
thank
more of
you.
our channel budget.
You've ruined the budget. I'm, all right, I ordered it.
No. Just like that, really?
I'm not joking. I ordered it. I was already signed into Amazon.
Okay. All
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Can I have shared custody like on,
I
on
it's not
the
I'm
third
not
and
using
fourth?
Dicecast money. This is my money.
Okay, fine.
If you want, I can pull out the funds from the Dicecast funds and then it's
No.
shared custody with the whole group.
No. No. It's fine. Your purchase. That's all good.
We'll see when it arrives.
Um yeah. No, we put up with you because you are awesome. So thank you for, and all of you are awesome for regularly tuning in. So we would gladly put up with all of you. um, let's see. What other housekeeping things we need to handle before we finally delve into our first topic of the day? So a bunch of these, we have a bunch of links actually from last week when we did Tailspire. Santagoy was generously supplying us with links because we mentioned that we might have a new segment while waiting while doing Tailspire, but we never got around to it. So yeah, we're pushing through with
Oh, are we
uh, what
pushing through with?
the links that Tagoy sent last week
Okay,
because we never got around to talking about them.
okay, let's go.
Yeah, so let's launch right into it. So
Oh, that's
this
what you have on the docket. Okay, I see.
yes, yep. So this first one is Dungeon Delvers. So this is an OSR dungeon crawl. The description on Kickstarter, it's which has been successfully backed already, by the way. And another thing that has been successfully backed is Tailspire. So congratulations to everyone at Bouncy Rock. So we are we are so excited. Anyway,
Also, thank you to Santagoy for these links.
yeah, really awesome of you, man. Sorry we couldn't get to them last week. So yeah, we're doing you. We are we're covering them
Post the
now.
links in the chats.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me post it. So
I
here
got
we
it.
go.
I got it. I got it. Okay, fine. You got it. Dang it.
I just wanted to see it go. Because Restream will send it to all the streams.
Yes, it will.
So might as
I
well.
wanted to surprise you with it, and then never mind.
I got to experience it last week. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Um. So
Okay,
yeah.
fair enough.
So this is Dungeons and Delvers Red Book, a contemporary dungeon crawler fueled by old school rules. There you go, JP. Flavor and aesthetics, lovingly reimagined and revised. So what is it in a nutshell? It's how these people. Let's see what their names are. Let's scroll all the way down. David Goyle, Guile, Goyle, Melissa
Wow.
Goyle,
First
and
name.
Chris.
First name in the list, and you fuck it up.
How do you say? How do you pronounce that? Like
I don't know. I don't have
seriously,
the link open. You're the host today.
Guyll. How do you say? How do you pronounce that?
Kyle.
Huh? Sorry, come again.
Kyle?
Guyll. How do you pronounce
Kyle, 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 Kyle?
it? Stop seagulling.
I don't know.
So yeah, David, Melissa, and Chris. Let's just go back on a first name. So these people are
Oh, you're so
redoing
buddy buddy with them now, huh?
the world's just because I can't say their last names. Cut me some slack. They are making this essentially because they want to have their try their hand at remaking the world's first role playing game in in the way that they want. So it's a hack that does what they always wish the game would do, and that changes or discards the bits and pieces that always rub them the wrong way. So while not overly complicating things and still delivering the same classic dungeon crawler experience um, that they loved when they were kids. So JP, what was the earliest version of D&D that you played? Was
Third.
it third?
Oh
Third.
wait, no. Are we counting Are we counting CRPGs?
Sure, like if you did any of the gold box games, like
I
I
did
guess that would count.
Neverwinter, so that was based on
That was based on
AD&D, I
AD&D.
believe.
Yes, I think AD.
See,
Um,
Dice Chuck agrees. It's
Guile.
pronounced the same as Guile, which is what I was
Okay.
saying.
Okay. All right. Fine. Fine. Guile. How do you know? By the way, like I mean, like I'm just amazed, like how I maybe I just suck at language.
I mean, you say it with confidence.
You say
That's
it with
it.
confidence, and
Say
that's
it with
it.
confidence, and that's the correct way to say it.
Okay, Guile. Um. So yeah.
If the guy
Um.
disagrees, your name is now Guile, even if it's Ghoul,
Just because you said it better.
because I said it better.
Okay. So Dice Chuck's first D&D was the first edition D&D, and the red box from '83. Let's see. Anyone else like care to chime in on what their first D&D was? Because I had, purely, um, you know, AD&D second edition was my first one. I never got to try the first. Honestly, it's
I
like
think
a
a
big
lot of people
gap.
never got to try the first.
But there's no excuse these days, right? You can easily kind of find
I don't know.
a way to play it.
Eric has a good point. It might also be Guy.
See.
I didn't pronounce it Guy with confidence. Oh, his name is Guile to me. I have Guile's
Ah,
theme song stuck in my head.
don't.
Yeah.
um. So basically, the elevator pitch for this, or rather, the way people have described it, is a more customizable yet simpler take on fifth edition, something between third and fifth, which would be fourth. No, I'm kidding. Um, Even a kind of modernized like rules cyclopedia. So pretty much everyone agrees that it fits the old school aesthetic, which is good because it's intended to be kind of an homage to that. So let's see what we can glean about the gameplay. They have a quick.
66, welcome to the stream. He
Hey,
says,
welcome.
BX Redbox was my first system if you ask about tabletop.
Oh,
Yes, we did.
nice. Yeah.
We did ask about tabletop.
So I guess we kind of have. We can kind of tell each other's age. I'm kidding. um. So yeah, here's a quick start that they included on the Kickstarter page.
Okay.
So let's go. Let's skim through it. Let's see what we
I
can
like the art.
glean. Yeah, it's nice and like gothic. Um. All right. Let's see. Let's see what character creation's like. So game dice. All right. The standard set. Creating character. Generate ability scores. Choose a race. Choose a class. Record class features, and so on and so forth. All right. Let's see how you create ability scores. I bet you roll for it. What does it say? Okay, you can.
Roll for it, and then there's no like extra d6 that you drop the lowest of.
I don't know. Like, it doesn't really
That
say.
would be hardcore. Oh man.
What I liked about I like the stars without numbers, um, way of creating characters. Like I think it's like the perfect balance between like having a bit of customizability and like going full random and discovering your character as you go. But this like I don't know if they do that here, but yeah, pretty cool. So let's see if they actually tell you how to roll. All right, so you have the standard strength, con, dex, int, wiz, charisma. Um, Generate. There we go. Rolling. If you're feeling adventurous, you can roll 3d6. It's a 3d6 roll.
Hey, just not no dropping the lowest. Just straight up 3d6.
Yeah, straight up 3D,
What's
6.
the weirdest character generation homebrew you've ever experienced
Homebrew,
with
like
D&D
D&D
or any
homebrew.
other system?
Um,
Every group has its own version of character gen.
that's a good
Have you
question.
always done
We've always done
4d6 drop lowest?
4d6. Yeah,
Okay.
like
I've done
when I
some
was a kid.
pretty weird ones.
Like what?
Like like roll a d20 for every stat.
What? That's swingy. That's super swingy.
It's super swingy, and it's good for like one shots.
Uh huh.
Nothing long term, but it really makes you generate some weird or completely overpowered characters.
Because he can get a 20. Just yeah. Lichcast says for his first D&D experience was the Dragonlance box. I didn't know that. I didn't even know. Like there, it stands to reason that there must have been one, but I didn't know for sure until now that there was a Dragonlance like a box set. That's pretty cool.
It's in the book series.
No, like I think like as a campaign setting.
Oh,
So yeah. Um, do Kender stat up differently than normal halflings? I'm just curious. Anyway, um, so yeah, apparently you just you get your modifier straight up. No need for like no need um for the actual score.
okay.
Pretty cool.
It kind of makes sense. There are very
Yeah,
very few times where you use the actual score
yeah,
of your attribute.
that's true.
I can only think of uh, the intellect devourers
Mm-hmm.
dropping your intelligence score.
Mm-hmm. And the cool thing about this is, look here. So when you get an ability score bonus, it's just a straight up +1 to that modifier. You see? Like no need for the weird like 14, 15 limbo, the even number limbo when you're upgrading your ability scores.
Yep.
So yeah, for example, for dwarves, you have you're medium sized, classic, so +1 to con, and you get to choose either +1 to strength or whiz. Speed is 25 feet. All the standard dwarven proficiencies, poison resistance, and uh, dungeoneering bonuses. And you can smith. Cool. Let's look at the classes. I want to see what they changed about the classes or how they represent the classes. Ah, so it is really base fifth ed, right?
Okay. I'm just watching you scroll through it on stream. I don't have it open on my end.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's really just base fifth ed. Um, Interesting about wound points. Like, there's wound points and vitality points. I'm not sure what those are yet, but I'm all for like overhauling the HP system whenever I run into D&D. Overhauling HP is always like an interesting thing to me whenever I run into D&D mods or hacks. Because it gets ridiculous as you level up. Like I feel like a lot of the danger, um, the edge of your seat danger thing, feeling, uh, like drops off as you level up, and
Get that?
like yeah, and yeah, basically that's it. So I like seeing how people change it and mess around with it. Yeah. I mean, we linked this, right? So people can check it out if they like. Like honestly, I'm
Linked it.
not the
Yeah.
best person to kind of review this because I am quite new to fifth ed, unlike people like JP or you guys in chat. Like you guys are a lot more experienced with D&D 5e than me. So that's
And
why we
other
always
games
we appreciate your insights and other games. That's true. Um so
in the
yeah,
chat.
check out this thing. Let's go over like the Kickstarter page one more time, like the pledges. So for US $1, it's no reward, but good feels. For $15, you get the basics, which are the color and black and white PDFs. Presumably the black and whites you can easily print it from your own printer at home. And you get your name in the KS backers. At 20 or more, you can get Explorer, which is you get a print at cost discount link for a soft cover black and white book. So the estimated cost to print the book is around $10 plus shipping and hand. I'm guessing this is through drive-through RPGs, print on demand. Not sure. Um, Delver at 25 or more Gets you both PDFs plus a color softcover book, and yeah, um, and what's the highest one? The highest pledge.
$200 pledge.
Wow, Immortal, a personalized softcover or hardcover book, your choice, with a unique cover that will work together to figure out. In addition to the standard PDFs, you'll also get a PDF with your artwork and will provide special permission so you can print additional copies for yourself in case the original gets messed up. Um, we'll pay to have this book printed locally, but you will need to pay the shipping and handling cost. So as to the Lord tier, you'll also get the printed cost discount link for a book of your choice, softcover or hardcover, black and white or color. And that way you won't risk damaging your personalized book. Pretty sweet. Like
I like
these
how
are
there
some
are
good
three
tiers
backers for that tier already.
already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like like having a personalized hardcover book. That is a pretty sweet deal for $200. Um so yeah. Like look at that art. It's I like how it's nice and no frills. Like it's pretty straight up. It's like something from, Ultima or something that you'd encounter in those in those kinds of games. How does Dungeon Delvers differ overall? God, you should have just read this instead of scrolling through the thing. Um, ability scores are just modifiers. There's very little number scaling. So, um, in the classic, in official D&D, there's a lot of assumed math and wealth progression. But in Dungeon Delvers, there's some scaling to the tune of, but smaller. Um, monsters and difficulties aren't built around this, so you can better experiment without fretting much about your stats. Pretty nice. I'm hearing a chime. Oh, we have a. Oh, I got gifted a sub. Thank
Uh
you,
huh.
Dicecast Show.
Just I hate people watching the ads. It really sucks.
Oh,
So
okay.
now that you have a sub, you don't have to see the ads.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
I
Thank you.
abhor ads, and I want to kind of not be on Twitch anymore because of it. So
Yeah, we'll
it's
work that
kind of
out.
counterintuitive, though. Like, in order to get rid of ads, I have to give Twitch money. I don't know how I feel about that yet.
You're feeding the beast. That's what you're doing.
That sucks.
Hit points are split into wound and vitality points. So that explains what we were wondering about earlier. Wound points represent more severe injuries or meat points, and it recovers very slowly. Vitality points represent fatigue and minor injuries, which replenish more quickly and with a quick rest. But over the course of, of an adventuring day, it takes longer and longer. I am intrigued by this. So yeah, everyone, care of JP on Dicecast. Enjoy some ad-free viewing for the next month. Thank you, JP.
No worries. I'd rather you guys stay and watch us than leave because the ads on Twitch are terrible.
They are though.
They
Like at
are.
least like YouTube ads can be a bit, entertaining.
You can skip them, and YouTube ads are volume normalized.
Yes, they have mastered properly.
Why does Twitch blare it at the loudest volume possible, severely damaging your ears and possibly breaking your audio equipment?
So yeah, um, it's I guess it's they're newer to ads than the other services, so maybe that's why.
I think it's just because they know that they have a captive audience, like a
It could be
completely
that too.
captive audience, more so than YouTube or any other channel right now.
Um, yeah. Speaking of damaging audio equipment, armor in this game provides both an armor class bonus and damage assistance. So even if an
Ooh.
attack connects, it can absorb some of the damage.
I
Nice.
was
I like
wondering where damage resistance went in 5th ed. You barely see it ever.
it's always like halved. So
Yeah.
resistance means it's if it says like resistant to fire, it just halves fire damage, and immunity
Like
just
the old soak
cancels out
rules
altogether.
in 3rd ed, it was called soak before. I was
Yeah,
wondering what happened to that.
I'm familiar with soak more from mutants and masterminds. That's right. Like first like really ran into that rule or that mechanic. But yeah,
It's kind of I guess though the fact that they got rid of it, or rather streamlined it into resistances and immunities, really helps take out a lot of the math involved in combat.
yeah, yeah. No need for a number. It's just halved or nothing in fifth ed. Um, Dice Chuck says their damage system is similar to Palladium. Man, that's another thing I can relate to Dion. So yeah, hang on.
I never got to play Palladium. How is it something that you look back on fondly?
No, not for the rule set.
Oh, okay.
Like
But for the campaign setting, I guess maybe.
the Palladium game I played was Robotech. So I know you haven't watched Robotech, but like it's one of my favorite things from from childhood, and so I was like super happy with that. I just didn't
I
like
see.
actually playing it. I like you know, living a character in the game, but not playing like rolling the actual dice because it was such a headache. It was
Okay.
super crunchy.
Was it basically rolling percentile and you referring to a chart every single time?
Yeah, Dice Chuck's right. Never play
Okay.
Palladium. Use the books for setting. No, well, there's no chart because
Okay.
that's what that's what a chart would actually help, like a universal table, like what Marvel Faceup had. That would actually help. But Palladium is, you know, a spreadsheet for a character
Oh
sheet
my god.
essentially, and with lots of little numbers and rolling percentile. But yeah, never play Palladium. Use the books for setting only, because the Palladium setting, like rifts, Robotech, a bunch of, and they even have like a superhero setting. They're all pretty awesome. They're all pretty awesome. It's just the rules suck.
I wonder why all of those settings um and IPs you opted to use Palladium instead of something more streamlined.
That's a good question. Maybe Dice Chuck can inform us, or or anyone else in chat, like Lichcasts. I don't know why they got so many awesome
Yeah.
uh IP. I think Rifts was in house though. Rifts is like it's such a rich setting. Like if I can dig up like the old books, I can show them to you. Um Somewhere here. But yeah, Rifts is so good.
The
Like there's
question
so
Dice
much you can
Chuck
do.
was, why did those intellectual properties and settings opt to use the Palladium system rather
Like
than
even just
something more
Robotech.
streamlined or making one themselves?
Yeah. How did Robotech end up on Palladium? I think they had TMNT too. I'm not sure about that. They might have also had uh TMNT.
Hmm.
Um yeah, while we wait for Dice Chuck to enlighten us. So most classes have their own spellcasting mechanic, and
Oh, we're back
yeah.
on the Red Book.
Oh yeah, but basically you guys can scroll through this. Like I'm not sure what to talk about about this anymore because I'm a bit out of my depth. But check it out. Like from what it seems, it looks like at the very least, like even if you aren't an OSR fan, it's an interesting take on uh fifth ed, like with an old school. So check out Dungeons and Delvers, Red Book, on Kickstarter. It's already successfully backed, so your pledge is safe. I think, right? That's how it works. Like you're assured the product. Um, let's catch up with chat. So let's see. Ah, yes, you did already mention TMNT and Ninjas and Superheroes. Yeah, thank you. Great settings and art, nice lists of equipment and stuff. That's true. Um, Santagoy says Savage Worlds also did rifts. If again, I can't confirm that, but maybe someone can. Someone in chat can. Lichcasts confirms. Yeah, rifts is Kevin's. Kevin's Sembedia is I think is his name, right? So yeah, his name was all over the Palladium books. It's one of the first names I learned, like for in the tabletop industry. Palladium Pat66 shares that Palladium was in competition with GURPS for. They were both trying to advertise as a toolbox type of system. Oh wow! All right. Well, I mean, I think I can say that GURPS kind of won in terms of just universal being able to be applied universally. It was a lot simpler. Lich Casts. Okay, so there you go, Santago. The Savage Worlds Rifts was a re-release, but not the original milieu. What? No way. What's his name? Kevin Sembedia? CM Shem CM Beda, I think is how his name is said. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Awesome neighbor to have. Crazy guy. Okay. Grips is still something I don't want. It's yeah, it's a like any game, it's a mixed bag. But early on, like it was really all I had to work with if I wanted something setting agnostic. Like when I was high school. Oh, that is interesting. So Kevin Siembedia had a rich friend that basically bankrolled getting the big IPs. Interesting. So okay, Dice Chuck also shares that the Robotech RPG Tactics Kickstarter is one of the largest failures in tabletop Kickstarter history. The project failed to deliver on its goals and raised over 1.4. Whoa, 1.4 mil. Despite not making its goal and unable to deliver Wave 2, Palladium did not refund money given to the project. Holy crap. Okay. And he no longer has the rights. Whoa, okay. So there you go. How long ago was this? That must have been just a few years ago.
Okay.
Ah, his friend who bankrolled getting all
There's no
those.
soap in there, love.
Um,
There's no
there you
soap
go,
in there.
JP. So Dice Chuck was able to answer your question. How did Palladium uh get all those IPs? Yeah, like a friend apparently Thom Bartold helped kind of bankroll the acquisition of stuff like Robotech. And wow, wow, thank you for that. Uh, the that industry insight, Dice Chuck. Like it's always very informative. No problem, no problem, no problem for the delay. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Um, I was gonna say like we earlier announced that we would be having streams, like a roundtable discussion with local creators about game design and publishing. It's a bit later than usual. Actually, it's right after our usual slot, but it's on a Saturday, so hopefully that helps. Which would be, I think, a Saturday morning for you. It's at 2 to 4 p.m. our time, which is like 2 to 4 a.m. your time. Like, no pressure, but like we would love it if you could make it because like these insights. Like I know you're across the pond from us, but like perspective is nice. Hopefully we can also get like other Southeast Asian creators to come in. That's why I picked the time slot. Like 2 to 4 p.m. is more or less like golden hour for our region of the world for availability. So hopefully we can also get like Southeast Asian participants. Anyway, as you guys are discussing this in chat, I'm gonna check out the next topic.
Should probably discuss also the likelihood of our schedule changing.
Oh yeah, that's a man. should have done this in housekeeping, but
Yeah, I was just
um,
reminded of it now.
yeah. So I am changing my work situation. So my schedule's a bit up in the air. I am looking for ways to continue streaming regularly on Dicecast, like whether that's with table, like if I can still make table talk like Mondays 12 to 2 p.m. I'll continue with it. If not, I will find other ways to contribute to to Dicecast, to the channel. I don't know. Like, I think having another news show would be kind of redundant. I don't wanna, and I'm sure JP wants to continue like having table talk, uh, possibly at this slot, just because it's tradition, it's ingrained, and we don't want anyone who's been tuning in on these hours to miss out. So like, as for myself, I'll try to find other ways to contribute to the channel. I'm still looking around, brainstorming on what I can actually do. So, I'm opening up the floor. Like, I'm taking suggestions, as of now. Like, if there's something you guys want to see on on Dicecast, because I'll be doing essentially a different time slot, possibly a different day of the week. If there's something you guys want to see that you don't see yet on Dicecast, let us know. Let me know. You know where to reach me on Discord. Or if you're not on Discord, you can reach me through my email, mark@dicecast.show. So, yeah, excited. I'm generally anxious these days because of all the changes and all the projects that are going on. So yeah, like, help me out if you have any ideas. I'd love to hear them. How about you, JP? What do you think I should do?
I think you should figure out your schedule first, and then we can figure out what you can do and see if there's even going to be a change.
I think it's safe to say that for 2 months, I will not be able to do this time slot.
Okay, so for the next 2 months, it's going to be me solo.
Yeah,
Hey, John, I'm going to miss you.
I know. I'm gonna miss doing news. Like, honestly, like, yeah, news with you and like
You
with
can
these fine
do
people
like
here.
news related to non D&D stuff, and then we'll talk.
I don't
And
know.
then the Monday news can be
Just D and
state
D.
of Dicecast and D&D.
We'll see. Pat66 asks, "Have we done a discussion talk about the current state of virtual tabletops?" We've been featuring like for a while now. This virtual tabletop called Tailspire. Like, there's not a lot of news. Like Roll20 doesn't. I don't know. Does Roll20 have any big changes? We haven't really kept tabs or fantasy grounds or stuff like that. We know that there's gonna be some integration with there's a new one coming out that's come out, I think Azure Astral Tabletop is another alternative that we featured before that you can check out at astraltabletop.com. But yeah, generally we've been essentially featuring a virtual tabletop called Tailspire, and they've just successfully um, have backed gotten their Kickstarter backed, and that'll pave the way for them to make it to Steam's early access. So there you go. Congratulations again, Bouncy Rock Entertainment. We love your work, and we can't wait for the beta to come out.
Yeah, no kidding.
What are the other questions in chat? Let's catch up. Um, okay, Dice Chuck says, to be fair, if a person gets over $1 million and uses it to produce a product that runs into trouble and never gets released, and then the rights expire, not sure how most people will be able to refund that money. Ah, right. Okay, so it's like rock in a hard place kind of thing. His hands are tied, but yeah, still a lot of upset people. Did you back that? And was did your money essentially get gobbled up by that poop show?
There were some Kickstarter projects that I backed which never came to fruition, and I only got refunded for one of them. Yeah,
Man,
this was before
tough.
the Kickstarter website actually ever had a policy for refunds.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't back it, Dice Chuck. And yeah, I think Kickstarter's still like evolving. Hopefully, they can protect customers, backers from this, but they always have that disclaimer, right? That there's a risk. Um. So yeah, let's see.
What is Ral Partha? Is that a figurine manufacturer?
Yeah, Santago. Naomi's been running around. She didn't have school today, so she's still like classes are suspended.
Because of the super typhoon, you can't even see the Philippines on the map anymore because of how
On the
much cloud
satellite
cover there
image.
is. Yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy. Just but it's just another day in
yep.
June or July for us.
Actually, this is just this is just how it is here. Oh, Ral Partha was the main source of minis for D&D way back in the day. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
all right. So, um, yeah, let's get on with the other topics. It's already like almost a quarter past one, so we got a bunch of ground to cover. So
Yep.
really quickly, this is a game called Mutants in the Night. So, again, contributed by Santagoy last week. This is we have a couple of Forged in the Dark games, and this is the first of them. So the pitch is it's the year 2044. Mutants have been struggling to survive since humanity divided in two 10 years ago. They now live in mutant safe zones, rundown slums, and ghettos, surrounded by mighty walls to placate humanity's fear of the unknown. The law stands above them, enforcers stand above them, opportunity stands before them. The law stands against them, sorry. Join together at the table to experience this Forge in the Dark game. Use your abilities as an empowered mutant to traverse this complicated world and find out what it means to fight back against a system that's rigged against you. So, let's see. This was released, published June 1, 2018, and updated just this past December. Um, it's overall the tags are dystopian, forged in the dark, mutants, superpowers, and story rich. Okay, so they don't have a free preview out, but for $20, you will be able to download this game. You will get there is the game PDF, which is 4 megabytes large, and the the sheets, which are 10 megabytes large. That's like a weird way to say the size of something. Blah blah megabytes large. Sorry. I just realized. So JP, it's a Fortune Dark game. Like as someone who's played under me in Blades, like what do you think this is gonna feel like?
Um, I honestly am not sure. Blades once, or no,
Yeah,
twice. We played
twice.
Blades twice, and both times were with close friends.
Uh huh.
So I feel like if this is similar, I think this is going to be a more of a storytelling venture,
Mm-hmm.
actual game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know if you were just playing loosey goosey with the Blades in the Dark's rules with us, but it felt like we can do literally anything.
You could
We can
attempt to do literally anything.
do literally anything, and then there are penalties, but we could pretty much do anything we wanted.
Yeah, you could try. Yeah, yeah.
There are consequences, I mean.
There's a whole like scale and magnitude slider that I think it's really helpful for something as narrative and I guess loose um as Blades. But yeah.
I say that my character's mutant ability is to manifest new mutant abilities at will.
Oh, I think like with regards to that, like they might have that like structured. You know what I mean? Like
Huh?
they will have a list of abilities to choose from. It's not quite like Fate, I think.
Could I say that my character's mutant ability is the ability to shut down all other abilities?
Oh, who's the Marvel character like that? I think it's Leech, like old school Leech, like from the 80s Claremont comics.
Oh, when JP gets 3 wishes,
Nullification,
I always wish for more genies.
not vicious.
Oh, because if the rule is you only get 3 wishes, then I wish for more genies.
Yeah. No, Pat's got it right. If we're going by the Bible, the super power Bible of Marvel Face Rip, that is the power of nullification.
Well, apparently, Tagoi clarifies you're mutants because of how you look and what you've turned into. It's not
Ah,
necessarily powers. So it's not like, am I correct in that assumption? It's not like X-Men where you can look completely normal, but you've got.
thing. So it's like okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Santago, and I'm assuming you have this game. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. By the way, it sounds really cool. So it's like Elysium, the Damon movie,
Hmm.
right? Like you know, world down below, it sucks, and people living like nice and um, nice and comfy up above. It's kind of like that.
You don't have powers at all. He clarifies.
Ah,
Watched
okay.
it. Tagoi watched it from an early build that he saw live stream. There's no powers.
Wow.
Morlocks. That's the name I haven't heard in a
Y-
while.
yeah, Leech of the Morlocks. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so I guess I kind of hit it right on the head. It's Elysium, but like with the mutants angle instead of just being classist and stuff. And technologist like cyberpunk. And is Elysium cyberpunk? I don't think so. It's just dystopian.
Oh my god, I
Um,
can't wait for Cyberpunk.
will our PCs be able to handle it? That is the
I don't know about
question.
yours, but mine can.
Fuck
I
you.
made sure of it.
It's future proofed.
That's why I was so bummed when it wouldn't work last Wednesday
Yeah, but
or
it's just a
last
fan
Monday.
problem, right?
Yeah,
Just a heating
hopefully.
problem.
There could be residual issues because of that, but
Yeah.
I don't get that. Why did Storm become a Morlock? She looks completely normal.
I think it's part of Storm psychology. Like
Oh,
she I think she kind of vacillates between like kind of considering herself. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like it's been a while. It's been a while, and like my memory of X-Men has kind of been tarnished by all the bad movies that have come out in the
right.
past decade. So
Okay, so she beat the previous leader, Callisto.
she had compassion for them. Okay. Yeah, I remember those comics where like she was kind of being haunted by Callisto or the Morlocks or something. And like there's just like one like really trippy psychological page where like I think it's a nightmare where she gets dragged down by like a whole ocean of Morlocks. And I think it was like the effect of like some kind of other mutant causing her nightmares or something. Anyway, and yeah, she's far more powerful. That's true. Anyway, so yeah, like the Tagway confirms it's essentially uh Elysium, but with the mutants angle. So if that's something, if fighting against Blades in the Dark is very much fighting back against the system as well. Um, but you aren't. I think this puts you at a more disadvantaged position. Like it's quite a different take on it. It's an interesting, permutation of that. In Blades, you're playing scoundrels who are essentially the disadvantaged of society, but not like this, not like mutants who have uh, physical, abnormalities. And I don't know if like it's disadvantageous, like if you're penalized for those mutations in the game, because you certainly don't have powers, like you said, like Tagoy said. But yeah, like it's a bit of a different take on that. Um, so pretty cool. Let's check the topics. So I think this will give us a better impression. So there's just one question about what the core focus of the game is. So the commenter asks, Blades in the Dark is largely centered around causing violence as the main method of play. You've mentioned that Mutants in the Night has a different core focus, so is it safe to assume that causing violence is not the main method of interacting with the rules? My impression is that it's more about resisting violence and building community, but I was hoping for some clarification. So the developer replied, this is a complicated question, but basically, you can play Mutants in the Night without hurting people. Is that the core focus? No. The core focus is experiencing the intersections of marginalized existence and making choices with the tools available to you. So mechanically, it doesn't judge violence. Killing, yes, but only as a small source of heat. Violence is an open and fair method of participating in the world of Mutants in the Night that leaves the act of open for interpretation and examination. There you go. All right. Pretty cool. And the next Forged in the Dark game that we have today is called Band of Blades.
And of brothers. Oh man, now I want to
M-
watch Band of Brothers again.
My stream could be about comic books.
Yes,
Uh, I
because you have a
haven't
working knowledge of them.
I haven't
There's
actually read a
so.
comic in such a long. Like to be honest, all of
Damn it.
what I know about Marvel came from Marvel Face Rip,
Do you think that we
sort
we
the
we
game.
play all of these games that we talk about on Table Talk?
Well, that's true. But then, like, I'd have to read comics. I'd feel the need to kind of subscribe to Marvel Unlimited and spend money on that and keep up to date. Besides, I have a friend who runs a really like sick channel on about the MCU. Um I think it's called Site. Let me look it up. Like let me give him a free plug because he does some really awesome work. Like they usually get like these really early scoops and their guesses are usually spot on. Let's find it. MCU Exchange. Like if any of you have read um MCU Exchange and relied on that for like tips and analysis of like what's going on in the MCU, like yeah, like what one of my buddies is their researcher for that. Actually, the current drummer of Twin Lobster is the like he's one of the writers and sleuths that they have over there. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's see. Some people like Lichcast and Tagoy are into Band of Blades, so let's see what it's about. So, Band of Blades is a Forged in the Dark RPG of dark military fantasy. It's it offers a clear game structure for playing out missions filled with moment-to-moment danger and tracking the overall fate of the legion that you're part of. So, rookie soldier and 5 different specialist playbooks with legionnaires created as they are needed when the casualties of war set in. Oh, you play as a legion. Okay. Interesting. So it's like when you create a crew, right? Instead of a crew, you have an army essentially.
It's like you're playing a real-time strategy game. You're playing as the
Ah,
army commander instead of. Sure.
cool. Okay. So, Yeah, and then I guess you can take on the roles like heroes in in an RTS
Right.
games. So
Like
there, yeah,
I
the
forget what is
commander.
it's a game series that was kind of like Company of Heroes into individual soldiers uh valor or something.
I'm not
Give
sure.
me that kind of vibe.
Okay,
Also, our chat is broken again.
is it?
There are some chats that are showing up in the restream chat, showing up in the Twitch chat that aren't being
Visual
restreamed into Restream.
soldiers.
Huh. I wonder
Some?
what's going on there. Hello, still there? Did
Uh,
I lose you? Okay, just checking.
oh, it's called Men of War. Men of War Assault Squad. There you go.
Ah,
This
all right.
game, but then you can outfit individual soldiers with their own equipment and jump into and play as individual soldiers rather than the entire army.
Cool. So like you can zoom in on the action and like control
Yeah,
one
yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah, pretty
Does it turn
much.
into FPS or it's like over the
No,
shoulder?
still the same camera angle, I think.
Pat, that's cause I periodically check. I periodically check. What do you call this? Our different streams like on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So like whenever JP says something's down, like you might hear an echo when I kind of check on that video stream. So yeah. Um. Yeah. So yeah, you can take on the role of commander, marshal, quartermaster, spy master, and lore keeper. So oh,
Oh,
and it's got like that Warhammer feel because
oh,
you can play as chosen, humans imbued with the power of gods, each with their own unique gifts. Nice. Let's look at the. There's a full size preview. Let's see what that offers. All right, here we go. Band of Blades. Man, that looks dark. That's some pretty sweet looking armor though. Very gothic. So let's see what we can glean from the table of contents, I guess. So there is a setting, like they have locations set out, and with missions for each. That's pretty cool. Um, there is a random mission generator for the GM. So and missions are broken down into assault, recon, religious, and supply. Okay. Um, there's world you know world building. So the setting looks to be called Aldermark
I like
with
how in the acknowledgments section of the
mm-hmm,
preview,
mm-hmm,
um, there's a note here. Several designs influenced Band of Blades in various ways. Exists without the following: Blaze in the Dark,
Apocalypse World. Nice.
Bubbles,
XCOM.
XCOM, Vermintide 2, and FTL. All games that
All
I
games
have
that
played
we.
and love.
This is yeah. It's got
This
good
is
pedigree. Essentially,
totally my jam.
you want to get this?
Kinda.
You kind of want to get this, but
Kinda wanna get it.
you just spent on on the art
You
book
still cancel that order.
because that thing you can't play. This you can.
Yeah, and that thing I have to have shipped. So
So you have a decision to make, JP.
yeah,
What are
I'll
you gonna
cancel it.
do?
I'll probably cancel it.
Oh, you're gonna get this?
Uh, well, let's just save money. I'll get neither.
Okay. So Lichcast says it's dark, yeah, obviously. If you like Black Company and Malazan Book of the Fallen, this is the book for you. It's a 400 plus page RPG book. Wow.
Oh,
That's thick. That's thick with two
it's
C's.
dummy thick.
If you get this Tagoy, and if I can find easy transport to the south, I would love to like to play at least one session to kind of get an impression. If you'll have me.
Oh,
So
he won't have you. You're not good enough for Tagoy.
okay, I'm good enough for Edwina, and I'm
Oh,
um character creation. So you have the heavy, the medic, the officer. I already like how I can imagine myself playing, Vasily Zaitsev in this game. Like I'll
yeah.
definitely go sniper and be like all enemy at the gates.
Well, that's
And we
another
can just
movie
play
that I love.
Mandaluyong. There you go. I think we've laughed about this on stream before, like how in Enemy at the Gates, like they have British, like the Russians have British
Yep.
accents.
Wonder why.
We can just play Mandaluyong. Yeah, sure, sure. If you're, when you're there, we can try and schedule something. If you do get this game,
Oh my
Lich,
gosh.
what's
One of
up?
the cultures of the West here.
Uh huh.
Of Roin, but it's not like Roin, the
Song of Ice and
spelling
Fire.
here. It's Royin.
Roiyn. Oh,
Royin.
Royin.
Yeah,
It's
Royin. But
Royin,
it's
not
Roin.
Roin.
Like, Finland.
um. Oh. Lichcast says it's 1.8 times the size of Blades Dark. Blades is a pretty compact book, though. Have you seen Pam's copy of Blades, JP? Like, what I like about Blades, the physical copy, is that it's like a hardbound pocket novel. Essentially, it's not like the full size of um like what you get like with the D&D books, for example, or pretty much any
Uh,
other RPG. It's essentially like a big novel. That's what I like about Blades. Like the way it's formatted, it's easier on the backpack. It's pretty sweet. I wish more games kind of did that, printed in that format.
Still easy to refer to.
What's that?
Because I think the reason why the large area, the large physical area of books, of rule books, came about to be the way they are now is because of put down charts,
Right,
um,
right.
and it's
Yeah,
a lot harder to present that in a readable way with a smaller medium.
that's true. Like for games like D&D, yeah, that need a lot of charts, tables, especially classic D&D, that makes perfect sense. I guess it just shows like the different design philosophy that goes into Blades, because
Yeah.
I think the biggest chart I've seen in Blades is the scale and magnitude. Sorry, magnitude and effect. I think is the name of that like mini system in Blades. Um, so digest size. That's what they call it. Thank you, Lichcast. So yeah, it's just because of the different design of OSR and PBTA. It lends itself to be able to fit, yeah, in that smaller size, that smaller format. Um, anyway, let's speaking of, is this play powered by the apocalypse? I'm not even sure, but our next RPG starter. Band of Blades, by the way, you can get on Drive Through RPG. For the PDF, it's a flat $20. Pat66 asks, didn't Savage Worlds have a digest site book? Not sure. I've actually never seen a Savage Worlds like physical book in ever. Like it's just not something I've run into. Um.
Apparently, these guys who
Mm-hmm.
publish Band of Blades, behind Scum and Villainy.
No, really.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
so for
are.
those of you who don't know, Scum and Villainy is like a hack of Blades in the Dark, where instead of playing a crew of scoundrels in a dystopian demon blood powered city, you have demon whale blood powered city. An important distinction. Um, Scum and Villainy just imports it into space. So you're playing the crew of a ship, of a freighter. Like ideally, like what you see in Star Wars Rebels and stuff, but not as altruistic, I guess, because you're kind of living paycheck to paycheck, from job to job, just trying to survive in a palace and in different galaxy that just wants to use you. Rachel's inviting me over to their apartment so I can be exposed to the diversity of books in the RPG world. Okay, yeah, I'd love to come over sometimes. Sometimes. I'd love to
I
come over sometime. Let's make that
sometimes is
work.
correct. I mean, you can go there more than one time.
But that's already kind of assuming that they
Sumptuous.
want me to come over again.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you are. It takes a while. Like you're
I'm an
good in
acquired
small
taste.
chunks.
Yeah, I'm an acquired taste.
Dang.
The people that were hanging on in the canteen in Tatooine. Yeah, perfect. That's essentially what the scum and villainy is. You are that seedy crowd that Luke was warned about. So yeah, like how did you find that out? Is it in the on the Drive to RPG page? That's pretty cool.
Googled the publisher name because it sounded familiar. Evil Hat.
Evil. Yeah, nice, 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 nice. So yeah, never that in addition to like what inspired them, right? So FTL, Vermintide. Yeah, Vermintide vibes definitely from the cover, not JP.
Yeah, we should. I want to play that again. I haven't played it in a long time.
Yeah, Evil Hat looks like it. The people who published Fate. So it's some nice, crossing over the industry happening there. And I love Fate. So yeah, JP knows I love Fate. I don't have to say I love Fate. JP's sick of me saying I love Fate.
Fine, I don't care. It's Brian who's sick of you saying that you love Fate.
That's true. It's Brian. Um, and to be fair, it does get tiresome when I ramble on about when I used to ramble on about Fate. Let's go into the next game, Hearts of Magic. Um, this is Hearts of Magic, Threads Entangled. It's a narrative RPG about Fey nobles, arcanist bureaucrats, and anarchist witches getting into messy. So right off the bat, it sounds like a very narrative game. For those of you who enjoy, role playing intrigue and character interactions, this might be for you. So it's already been successfully backed. They've hit um, 5,500 US dollars in change over their goal, which goes over their goal of 5,000 US. So there's 12 days to go. So if you wanna, you know, it's essentially an assured product, I guess at this point. Um, so let's go over it. This game is um about failability, arcanist bureaucrats and anarchist witches falling for their enemies and getting into messy entanglements amid an undeclared war for control of a mage punk city newly inundated with magical energy. Wow, that is a lot to chew on right off the bat. So remember when we were talking about powered by the Apocalypse games a while back? I mentioned this one, Passion de Amores, I think is the name of it, where it's about it's a it's a game about playing uh, people in a soap opera, essentially, like a noontime soap. This sounds like that, but like with a much more um, fantasy mage punk twist. Interesting. Uh, what is the name of that game? Yeah, Pasión de las Pasiones. That is the powered by the Apocalypse game that deals with playing out a soap opera. So yeah, in this game, it's based on the mobile frame Zero Firebrands by Vincent and Megui Baker. Thank you, Tago. Yeah, Passion de las Pasiones. Hearts of Magic, it's about messy lives of fantasy mages in a city charged with magic. So, tell the story of the people of the city as they fight, flirt, and steal time together amid a tense and escalating conflict. So, oh my god, here is a nice snippet from like what kind of gameplay you can expect. So, the witch Firestrike holds her wand, white hot with magic, pointed at the auditor librarian. Why have you come here? Auditor Page looks down, embarrassed. After I saw your face, I had to meet you. The flash of Firestrike's magic dissipating hides the blush on her cheek. Interesting. So you get to play as lords and ladies of the noble families of the city and or the order, using the arcane techniques of ritual patterns, or the witches, teaching the city to channel raw magic and weave powerful spells. The object of the game is to create messy entanglements, fall in love with your enemies, ally with your rivals, fight with your friends. Players will create characters, establish their situations, install their scenes, and build scenes using the 10 included games. Excuse me? Is okay. So the rules are lightweight and simple and give you all the tools you need to establish and play scenes. Even if improvising dialogue is not your strongest skill. So, um, yeah, interesting. So it's broken down into 10 games. So I guess this is like essentially the flow or the cycle of play, right? So solitaire answers what were you doing and what have you heard about you. Uh, Chase is do you have the nerve to pursue? A conversation over food is at ease together or a tense meal. A dance when the music ends, will I see you again? A free for all is why do we fight and what are the stakes? Meeting sword to sword. Steel meets steel. Gaze meets gaze. Who will blink? An oblique discussion. How can I tell you things I cannot say? I'm kind of loving the structure of this already. Like it's like you get to play. It's like Buffy. It's like you're playing Buffy.
Oh,
um, Eating time together. Alone together with a gentle may I. Weaving a spell. How did the two of us make magic greater than either alone? And a wizard's battle. How can you resist the full strength of my powers? That is when I guess when characters break up and it's like Buffy and Spike having at it. Yeah, it's a game for 3 to 5 players. No materials necessary beyond the coin to flip. Whoa, is that what Mobile Frame Zero work? Is that how it works? Interesting. No, I am not a robot. Let's see. Yeah, it's a coin flip system. Interesting. Okay, it's powered by the apocalypse, but coin flip. Um, Intended for one-shot play with no prep and no GM. So everyone is a player in this game in Hearts of Magic. It's perfect for new players and veteran gamers alike, with infinite possibility to weave tangled webs of deceit, attraction, rivalry, and espionage. So you know, if your usual D&D, if your D&D group is looking for an alternative, this is like an awesome, like really like out of left field thing to try that should be entertaining, like for a one shot. Like if you're just looking for something to break the monotony of your usual campaign. Um, yeah, the book. Let's see what the pledges are. So for 8 or more, the minimum pledge. Well, you can make a pledge without a reward, but like the minimum pledge to get something is $8 or more. That gets you the PDF, which is 30 plus pages with 3 factions, 10 minigames, and interior art by Sasha Renault. Um, you can expect that to be delivered on October 2019, so just a couple of months from now. Um, there is also the uh, the next tier is just at 15, so just like $7 more. Is the pay it forward pledge. So a copy of the PDF for you and another copy for someone who can't afford the copy. So you get to save $1 and all donated copies will be available to be claimed on the author's itch.io account. Nice. On the honor system by anyone who identifies as LGBT. So happy Pride. Nice. There you go. Um, the $18 one gets you. It's for those who have already bought the PDF, and this tier gets you the book. So yeah, if you don't already have the PDF, don't select this because it's just based on an honor system. So don't be a jerk. Um, but for those of you who want both the PDF and the book, that is a um, 25 US dollars. It ships only to the US, but if you have like, one of those shipping address services things that'll ship the US address and just send it to you here in the Philippines or wherever else you are, you can do that too, I guess. So, in addition to the PDF, you got a printed copy of Hearts of Magic. It's a 5 by 5 by 8.5 staple bound and black and white. So I think this is the digest size that we were talking about earlier that you can also get Blades in the Dark in. So pretty nice. Um, if they meet their stretch goal at 10,000, this will automatically be upgraded to a color book. Cool. Santagoy says you want to get Firebrands, the one Mobile Frame Zero Firebrands. What's that about? Let's check that out in a bit. Anyway, so the highest tier here is 200 bucks. You get a character in the book. Um, PDF. You get the book also, like PDF, patch, and T-shirt, and you can give a one or two sentence description of a character you want to have appear in one of the drawings in the book. So there you go. So um, so about the author, this is Erica Shepard, a games designer and podcaster living and working in Vermont. So she writes sad gay games at fadingroots.itch.io, and she kickstarted her first book, Exodus, which is a game of trans angels on the run for Zine Quest that got funded in less than 24 hours and made over um, one 1,850% of its goal. So her other games include Wreckage in the Ring, about post-apocalyptic teenage mecha deathmatch wrestling, and Divinity, about learning to love your body when your body is an immense heavenly machine of war. So these are like, um, yeah, quite. I love the concepts. They are certainly like quite original. I love the one about Divinity. So learning to accept and love your body when you're essentially a war machine. I wonder if that means you're playing like AI. Pretty cool. So Santago says Firebrands is same banana. So I guess same like intercharacter drama, messy entanglements and everything like that, but with mecha pilots. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Interesting stuff. All right. So yeah, if you want to back this is. Have I shared the link? E- No, I haven't. I haven't shared this. So here you go. If you wanna get a taste of this, um, it's on Kickstarter. The link is in chat. Hearts of Magic, Threads and Time. Is JP still here? I wonder if JP's still here or if he had to um step out and do something.
I'm still here. If I'm
Oh,
gonna step out, I'm gonna let you know.
all
I'm
right.
just listening to you chat, and also I'm fixing stuff in the background.
What are you fixing? What are you working on?
Apparently, Restream has a Discord bot, which I'm trying to fix. Like
Beat.
it will pull messages out of a selected Discord channel in our server and put it in the Restream chat.
Nice, 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 nice. So you can just like get from the table talk and like have
It's not working, so fuck it. Stupid Restream. Never should have
J-
trusted you.
JP's like the best like back end. assist. Seriously. He's so techy. He knows. He does so much for the channel. Like not just as a, like as the guy who put Dicecast together essentially, but um, making all of our overlays, figuring out like how we do like things like restream, um, setting up our OBS templates and all that. Like really, like thank you, man. You are you are invaluable.
Oh,
How does invaluable mean?
I don't know. How
Oh,
does
like priceless, right? Yeah. Okay,
I
I got it.
guess
Sorry.
it's like
Uh,
invincible.
right,
Invincible without the in. What do you
right.
call those kinds of words? They have prefixes or suffixes that actually, if you remove them, it won't make sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know what they're called though, but I get
Overwhelmed.
what you mean.
Is there just whelmed?
That's in vogue now though. You can just say like I was just whelmed. Like language evolves, right, and stuff. Lichcast says Jammy also has a Firebrand system game that runs Utena style play. What's Utena? I know it's an anime, but like, what does that mean? That's as far as I know, as my knowledge about Utena goes. Dicechuck says he has a funny tabletop RPG related video to share if you're interested in showing at the end of the stream. Sure, sure. Send it over. We'll go over like a couple of JP's topics. Do you want to go over those now, man?
Sure. Yeah, we're approaching the end of the stream.
Yeah.
So, okay. So this first one,
Let me
um,
open it.
and Dragons teases a new kind of mind flayer. Actually, you can't see the topics because my baby's picture is covering it on the
Oh
stream
yeah.
overlay.
Let me scroll down. There you go.
There she blows. Dungeons and Dragons teases a new kind of mind flayer, and this thing, like you're gonna see it, or actually, you have the sidekick one.
Yeah, I'm
Okay, let's do
opening
the
it. There
sidekick
you
one
go.
first. Sorry. It's a
Okay.
real quick one anyway. So the sidekick is not a new rule, really. And I believe it was in Pathfinder at least in 3.5 ed as part of a supplementary rule set. But using the sidekick now officially in D&D 5th ed to help optimize for one-on-one play. So you can play D&D with just one other person and one DM. And it's feasible now because of the sidekick rules. So you don't have to solo. You don't have to be a solo hero. You can have your sidekick, like how Eric the Bee was for Colbert.
Oh, right. Yeah. So
Although
to
that
be
was more of it was more of a familiar than an actual sidekick.
true,
But
uh, to be clear, this is an official rule, right? It's not a homebrew
yes, it's
hack.
an official rule. This is in the actual D&D Essentials kit, which is already released. Right now, it's exclusively in Target stores.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Mm-hmm.
now. So we can't get it yet. It's not even on D&D Beyond yet. They really
Mm-hmm.
partnered with Target to make it an exclusive for a few months.
Ah, okay.
It'll be released to other retailers and on D&D Beyond, presumably in November. I think
Hmm.
either
That's a
September or
while.
November. Yeah, it's a
That's a
while though.
long exclusive.
So if we can actually order it from Target and ship it here before it comes out to the other retailers.
It'll be more timely to do that.
Yeah, but that's talking about spending more money again, and I don't want to spend money right now.
Is the
Um,
essentials kit something you want to get?
I might be interested in it because it comes with an adventure,
Uh huh.
one that takes place in or near Fandelver again,
The most popular,
very
yeah, like way
well
to get
with
into D&D.
Lost Mines of Fandelver. It also comes with the like I think it's really made for group play.
Okay.
So I'm liking what it comes with. Actually, let's open it up. So here it is on Target's website on my screen. I just realized I'm not sharing my screen. It's the first ever official D&D 5th edition product designed to allow gameplay groups as small as 2 players.
Mm-hmm.
Sidekicks. The components of this kit include 1 rule book, 1 Dragon of Icespire Peak introductory adventure, sheets, 11 dice. 11 dice. They could just say how many dice sets. GM screen, 81 cards for magic items, sidekicks, and more, and 1 double-sided poster map for use with the adventure. So a lot of it is just for the adventure, but I like how there's official rules now for the sidekicks, and you get multiple dice.
Nice.
Anyway, what are sidekicks? They are basically, think of it as normal playable characters, but the stats are presented in stat block form
Okay.
sheet. That's
So
it.
it's
That's the
condensed.
biggest difference.
Yeah.
There's also 3 types of sidekicks: spellcaster, expert, and warrior. Basically, fighter, rogue, and mage.
Yeah.
Um, and they use class features from actual
Other
existing
class.
player classes.
So they're essentially they're like half characters, right? Like very
Oh,
specifically for that use. I wonder if the
yeah,
spellcaster can draw from both like arcane or divine. Like if you want a healer instead of a fireball
that's a good
chucker.
question. I'm not sure. It would make sense for it wouldn't make sense for it to be that way unless you want to introduce multi-classing sidekicks. I guess I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
because then a sidekick spellcaster would be just.
Oh. Oh well, it's there. It's like it says you can either pick divine or
There you go.
so you can
There
get
you
the
go. It
healer,
says it right
like
in
if you
the
don't have a
article.
healer.
Okay. Yeah. So sidekicks just seem to be a more streamlined way for you to refer to a second character that you also control. Now, that said, I wouldn't mind. We're the type to be involved in many different play groups, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just making myself sidekick characters in multiple play groups because I can't be counted on to show up as
Uh-huh.
often as I could or as reliably as I could before. What with the
Uh-huh.
kids, with Dicecast events, with work and life in general. So still be part of many tables, but as a sidekick character so that it's easier for other players
Right.
to control my dude.
Right. You could make a
Then
psychic version of your main,
no,
essentially. And like when you're not there,
basically, yeah.
yeah. When you're not there, like that's what they pull out. That's what the other
Or
players
even
pull
when
out.
I am there, I wouldn't mind just being
A
block.
sidekick? A stat
Mm-hmm.
block? Really? Okay.
Fine, because like what I find enjoyable from role playing actions between players and DMs anyway. Like it's fine, leveling up is fine, but I enjoy most of all the social aspect of role playing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's
Whether
fair.
I'm a full player character or a
Or a
sidekick
sidekick.
or someone's dog or familiar,
Oh,
fine.
we should try that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind being a familiar. That would be cool.
That'd be fun. Like I could play like a druid.
Ah,
No?
and I'll be your bear or whatever. I don't know.
We could try
All
that
right.
sometime.
So yeah, that's that story. Let's move on to here because mind players are sexy. I mean,
And
if you're into that
relevant
kind of thing
once
and
again.
relevant. I think these were teased because of Baldur's Gate 3.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Could be.
because
Like
they're gross. They're
you could
really freaking gross. Abyssal chickens
uh-huh. You
and gnome
think we're
flares.
gonna
I
see you think we're gonna see these in the game by Larian?
think so. Um, D&D could be introducing a new kind of mind flayer to the game in the next couple of years. As mentioned earlier this week, D&D Beyond published a video interview with Chris Perkins discussing various ugly cute characters like the Abyssal Chicken. a demon fowl that will appear in the upcoming Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus adventure this fall, which, if you will recall, Descent into Avernus is the prequel to Baldur's Gate 3,
Yeah.
tie-in adventure to go
I
along with the Larian produced Baldur's Gate 3.
Is there a release date yet for Baldur's Gate 3? Or is
Nope.
still mom on that?
I would not expect a release date to be even announced
From
until
Larian.
2020.
Knowing the developers. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Uh, and then what is that other thing in the video thumbnail, which is disgusting and to
Here,
quote unquote ugly cute?
I'm gonna play the
E-
video on mute for our
Sure,
viewers.
go ahead. Yeah, just it's gross. It's gross. It's a gnome. It's a gnome mind flayer. And why do we need to see a gnome flyer? Well, Baldur's Gate 3 is bringing illithids and mind flayers in general back into the limelight. And one of the new things that some people who have been not really aware of regarding illithid lore is how do illithids reproduce? Process called ceremorphosis, which is where a mind flayer tadpole attaches itself to a creature's brain and forcibly reconstructs its biology to transform it into an illithid. The times when we see mind flayers being portrayed in D&D modules or or monster manuals or creature folios, they are of a tall, presumably previously human. But this picture shows us a glimpse of what a ceramorphized might look like.
So essentially, Illithids will stick it in anything. It's what we're
Ah,
learning here.
essentially. That's nice.
Uh,
Abyssal chicken has a hint of brimstone flavor when eaten.
yeah, like
uh,
that smoky, southern bark.
or like the entire abyssal chicken tastes, or the texture of it is like the neck of a normal chicken.
Oh God,
So like you bite into the leg of the abyssal chicken and it feels like you're biting into a chicken's neck.
sayang.
Hate that part.
That's yeah. Though the meat is
It's
tender,
the
it's just that
worst.
there's not enough meat on it. There's not
Yeah,
enough meat
and
on the neck.
it's, I don't know, it's like all tendon, neck and tendon. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
Look at that. Look at boy. Oop.
that's an example of ceremorphosis, ceremorphized gnome looking like a mind flayer, a new kind of mind flayer that you've never seen before.
Right.
The article also states that the closest canon version to the gnome mind flayer is the Mosgricken, an illithid variant created when a Svirfneblin, oh gosh, gnomes suck. Svirfneblin has a tadpole implanted inside of it and is subjected to a psionic force.
Looking for my monster man. But go on.
What do you guys think? Gnome mind flayer. Is it ugly cute or just ugly? Or just cute? I don't know. I don't judge. And do I have another topic? Yes, I do. The last topic of mine. Be
yeah.
our last
Let
topic
me.
for today.
Yeah. I'll be. I'll put it up on screen. Sorry.
All right. This is kind of
3 4
hilarious. I'm gonna go ahead and share this in the chat. Let me pull up Restream chat, and here you go. In a coat, homebrew fighter subclass. So if you guys watch BoJack Horseman, that character, what's his
Uh
name
huh.
again? Oh, jeez.
God, I don't watch
Uh,
BoJack. Sorry.
oh, what's his name again? I'm gonna
Someone,
Google it.
someone in chat who watches BoJack, help JP out.
I'm googling it. Vincent Adultman.
That's the character's name.
Yep, Vincent Adultman. He's basically three kids in a trench coat. Kills everyone in BoJack. It's pretty funny. Anyway, so if you ever wanted to roleplay Vincent Adultman, you can do so in D&D 5th Ed by taking this fighter archetype.
Oh, it's a class. It's an archetype.
Archetype for the
Okay.
fighter.
Okay.
Oh yeah, basically three halflings in a trench coat. All right. What are the
Let's zoom
actual
in.
the actual details of this? Fighter
There we
archetype, three
go.
halflings in a trench coat. Disgruntled about the constant short jokes and jabs, three brave halflings decide to turn the tables on the tall folk. Armed with a trench coat and balance, these halflings are ready to change their destiny. In a trench
That's
coat is known
adorable.
only to a select few, and lesser still have the courage and will to follow it. You must choose this path from the first level instead of level 3, which makes sense.
Yeah,
First
you gotta start
ability,
out, right? You gotta start out.
yeah.
So don't just find like another two halfling.
I like
Or
how this assumes that they're always just going to be together.
they're
Three
they're
separate
packaged.
character sheets. You don't have to create three separate uh what do you call that? Sidekicks
Uh huh.
to make them into one PC. So price of power is the first attribute or the first trait of this. Your dexterity is focused on keeping balance. All dexterity checks or saves have a disadvantage. You cannot add a proficiency bonus to any dexterity skills. Finesse weapons cannot use dex properties. Your movement speed is decreased by
Oh
5 feet.
God. Okay.
So already this is pretty bad news.
What are the benefits though? Okay.
We'll
Like
see
there
it.
must be some upside.
The next one, Bond of Brothers. Effect of warding bond runs between the halflings. Damage is shared equally, and max HP is 1/3 of normal HP. Gives a +1 to AC. So your HP is split. Functionally, it's the same as one hit die,
Right.
or sorry, the as the regular PC's hit die, but it's just explained by saying that each of these individuals in the trench coat share 1/3 of the total hit die.
Yeah, yeah.
Next trait, power of 6 arms. If within melee range, you can make 3
Oh
attacks in
snap.
each action.
This
This
ability
ability
stacks with
stacks
extra attack and
an
action
action
surge.
surge. Multiform technique. Starting at 7th level, you can use a free action to split up into 3 halflings and surround an attacker to make an attack. This feature can only be used twice per short rest if there are no hostile witnesses. You must resume your base form at the end of your turn. For one turn, all attacks made against the enemy have advantage, and you do not suffer the price of power.
Oh, okay. So like yeah, you shuck off that whole disadvantage. Yeah.
But there must be no hostile witnesses.
Yeah, it's got to be like a sneak attack kind of thing. Or
Yeah,
it's like a
sneak
built-in
attack,
sneak attack. Dice Chuck says the
snitches.
upside is they get into the movie theater for one third the price and don't get ID'd.
One of the true power of Vincent Adultman. The whole reason why he assumed that final form.
That's it.
Next trait, snitches get stitches. Starting at the 10th level, any witnesses to the multi-form technique become terrified of the consequences of snitching. You can use this feature anywhere your secret is safe. Next, Uncanny Valley. At 15th level, you have mastered the art of balancing 3 people in a trench coat. Your movements look almost real, but not quite, causing a feeling of unease. Advantage on all intimidation checks to anyone who hasn't seen through your disguise.
I like how it
And the
starts off
last,
slow, but gets like
it
super
gets
OP.
crazy.
It gets crazy.
One they call Steve. At the 18th level, you call upon your buddy Steve to aid your journey. You are now 4 halflings in a trench coat. And that's it. There's no other bonuses. You just have
that
4 of you.
that sounds like such a fun thing to play. And then you can
So
make
stupid.
like independent, sidekick stat blocks for each of the halflings if you want to. Ah, this is so
Just
stupid.
to be clear,
Mm.
this actually already existed in the official rules. So if you have the Tomb of Annihilation
What?
rulebook,
Okay.
the Batiri goblins,
Ah, they
their
do
ability
this.
called Battle Stack, it does that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's just available to players too.
Uh, They can be. It's
Okay.
like the Goombas from Super Mario.
Yeah.
They can stack themselves up to 9 goblins tall.
And look at how much fun they're having. Like, don't you want your character to be having this much fun?
Yeah. All right, I think that's done.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
have anything to end the stream with?
Dice Chuck said that he does have a video. I don't know if where he sent it. Uh,
Video.
you might want to log in on. Let me see if I can, because you're the one with the He might have whispered it on Twitch. Could you check your end? Or Dicecast Twitch.
What am I looking for? A video of what?
I don't know. Dice Chuck just said like it's a tabletop rated video.
Okay, let's see.
I don't know if he sent it on Twitch or on Discord. Dice Chuck, where did he send it? Or did you send it? And
He
we'll end the stream
whispered,
with that.
yeah. It's the problem with multiple hosts and each one with multiple accounts. You have to kind of
Yep.
clarify where you're sending stuff to.
Also, just for future reference, if I'm hosting the stream, I don't actually have the Dicecast Twitch on my browser. So you can whisper it to you should whisper it to Mark Lob if ever. Me hosting. Oh, did I get a whisper? Hang on, let me check.
Send it to both of us, I think, now. Yeah, confirmed. Okay, the video is on Hero Quest, why it's so great.
Ah, okay. Let's do it. Send it to me. Because I can't find where the whispers are on Twitch. And we'll put it up on stream. And with that today.
Now Twitch
Thank
is weird. Here, I'm sending to you in Discord.
Thank you. Alright. Copy link to our browser. And
anyone who says otherwise is wrong. The best thing about Hero Quest is the best game ever made, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong. The best thing about Hero Quest is the miniatures
Wonder
made in the glory
people will
days
be able
before
to hear
Games
your
Workshop
audio.
had been destroyed from within. There is
Yeah,
not an
it's-
inch
it's on
of
stream.
pretentious overcomplexity about them. Any man can tell what they are from 500 yards away, and I know this because I've tested
500
it with a
yards.
team of Russian ex-Soviet scientists. Because they weren't destroyed by idiotic oversculpting, many a young lad got their start in miniature painting, making their first delicate steps with these fine figures. Never mind that one. I ruined that one. Never mind any of that. The best thing about Hero Quest is the gargoyle. It is the finest miniature in the land. Compared to this is rubbish.
This is Dude Look
brilliant.
Community, JP.
This is an abomination. This is a gargoyle. When a young lad saw this
Shit.
miniature, do you know what he said? He said,
He's the one who
"Ooh,
did
I've got to
Can't
get in on
play
that
that.
Hero Quest
Tails
action."
Fires.
And he was
Yeah.
the best thing about
Yeah,
Hero
that's
Quest
why.
is this
So
tiny
They got him
furniture.
because of
It is
this.
unequaled in all the realm. Anyone who owns this
And because
furniture but
Tails
doesn't
Fire
use
is
it
like
every chance they
so
get,
inspired
even in
also by
unrelated
HeroClix,
games,
like at
is
least
a
in terms of
fool.
art.
I myself
it's
have
like a
begun
perfect
replacing
marriage.
all of my furniture with Hero Quest
Thanks for sharing this
furniture.
dice, Chuck.
Even the doors. Oh no, Mormons! The best thing about Hero Quest is the cards. What you see before you is the exact optimum number of cards required to play a heroic adventure game. No more, no less.
That's a
Why,
meaty
just
thud
the other month
on
I
the
was playing
table.
in the local
Sounds so
international
good.
poker tournament, and when it came time to reveal my hand, bam, heroic brew, and I took home all the winnings. Because after all, who's gonna argue? The best thing about Hero Quest is the board. Look at its beautiful,
Basically everything
vibrant
is the
colours
best thing
and
about
its
Hero
perfect
Quest.
square-ish shape. Oh yes, there was never any doubt as to how much space a game of Hero Quest was going to take up, was there? No, sir. But what do modern games give us? Oh, they're obsessed with modular dungeon tiles, and that's terrible. Half the time, it's a complete disaster as the dungeon immediately veers off the nearest table edge. The other half the time, it expands into a colossal labyrinth far larger than any reasonable table owned by mortal men. Play it on the floor, you might say. Well, what about people with back, neck, and face problems? Ah, you didn't think of that, did you?
Face problems.
The best thing about Hero Quest is the quest book, jam-packed with cracking sword and sorcery scenarios, each more different than the last.
I've
and
actually
none
never
more
seen
different
how
than
Hero
the
Quest is
dreaded
played, so
blank
this kind of
map, which is used
is
to
kind
make
of
your own
enlightening.
deadly scenarios.
Pretty
Of
cool.
course, the only natural response to
salt
this is
base
to put
slap.
a monster in every square, as is the right and privilege of every Hero Quest owner. The best thing about Hero Quest is the box art. Oh, look at it, magnificent.
I forgot to
painted by the
sync up
great
our
fantasy-
views. Let me know when you're at the box art.
I'm just watching it from your stream.
Oh, you are?
So
Okay, that's why it's
I'm
delayed.
delayed by
illustrator
Maybe 10
Les
seconds?
Edwards.
Gotcha.
And it features grand prominence in this particular art book of the man, and well it should, for it is, without doubt, the best piece of art he ever produced. Now, in the 90s, he did argue against that point, but he was quickly shouted down by key luminaries of the era, such as Prince, Bob Hawke, and Reggie Bennett. Well, it turns out that this was a cracking reboxing all along. But is a single reboxing enough to cover the grand majesty of Hero Quest? No, sir. No, it is not. And that means
Why would
it's
you need
time
2
for
copies of
another
this game, guys?
cracking unboxing of Hero Quest. Let's get started.
Played it on Roll20
The
a
best
year or
thing
so
about
ago.
Hero Quest is
Nice.
the inside of the box. Look at these cracking instructions for heroic miniature assembly. What with their clear pictures and words, by God. When I was a lad assembling these miniatures, I would have terrible nightmares about
I
an
love that-
apocalyptic time
that transition.
when highly convoluted miniatures,
We
much
should do
more
that.
so than this, would come with instructions without words at all and terrible, grainy
You know
little
what we forgot to
pictures
do? We
and
forgot to
only
play
the
the
loosest
intro at
interpretation
all
of the word
this
instruction.
episode.
Yeah, you did.
It's a good thing that they came to us.
Is this like an unboxing?
The
Is he
best
gonna
thing about
assemble?
Hero
Okay,
Quest is
got it.
this cracking screen. Not only is it covered with blistering artwork, it is also the finest perch in all the land
My
from which
God.
to drop falling rocks on
Oh,
unsuspecting
nice.
ghouls in
On
unrelated
roll
games.
20?
It also prominently features the gargoyle. You can't even tell what this is.
Dude,
this is a
chat.
gargoyle.
You should see
The
Tails
best thing about Hero Quest
Like,
is the bro.
if you like Hero Quest
Fire
and,
of Wrath.
you
The
know,
best thing about Hero Quest is
lighting
rolling to move.
and,
And
like,
you might
that
roll
virtual
your eyes
tabletop
at this,
thing,
but it really
3D,
adds to
fully
the drama.
realized,
Will I trip on a
you're gonna like
flagstone
Tails
or
Fire.
leap heroically
Check out
into
Tails
battle?
Fire.
Let's
I
find
swear.
out. Well, the best thing about Hero Quest is ignoring the roll to move rule. It was clearly only included for the junior set, more used to playing snakes and ladders, and not really intended for true masters of the game. The best thing about Hero Quest is the combat dice. No finer set of dice have ever been made in any kingdom. These dice also represent the essential binary which encapsulates all evil beasts in this game. The monsters are either dead or alive. And the symbol of evil looks like a bunny rabbit if you turn it upside down. And that's why you'll hear veterans call them the bunny rabbit dice. Adorable bunny, symbol of immortal evil. The best thing about Hero Quest is the barbarian. Look at the muscularity. You are the barbarian, the greatest warrior of all. And they're not kidding. He throws 3 combat dice on attack by default. Not even the gargoyle can stand up to that. And that's without needing to get
Sorry about that.
rogues up.
I was saying, if you like Hero Quest and you like virtual tabletops, check out Tails Fire. It is very heavily inspired, at least the art, by Hero Quest. They even got this guy to do the trailer for their product, for their Kickstarter. It's a super cool product. Super cool virtual tabletop. So it's got all the lighting and stuff. Yeah, check it out.
It's the only way you can experience such cracking custom scenarios as the dreaded Fortress O Peril
Sorry, Dice Jack.
and Gravity Land. And that's why Hero Quest is so great.
Man, I am sold on Hero
It's
Quest.
more.
Look at that
Peril.
modularity. That's a multi-tier dungeon right there. Thank you, thank you, JP, for getting him the link. I was about to.
No problem. All right, that ends our stream today, I think.
So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. For for chatting with us. Even those who didn't chat, if you lurked, we love you too. So yeah, stay tuned. For our Wednesday stream. Like, do you know JP yet? If you'll be able to join me on Wednesday, or should I prepare for a solo stream?
I think I should be able to join you on Wednesday.
Sweet.
We'll
So
see.
then that means we're doing Baldur's Gate. We are continuing our playthrough of the very first Baldur's Gate game as we prep for the release of Baldur's Gate 3 at some nebulous point in the future.
Which gives us
Um,
plenty of time to finish the Baldur's Gate series, presumably. We'll
yeah, presumably, and then Darian pulls a full, a
see.
surprise
No,
and like announces
or we
it
just do what we
early
always do and
2020.
never finish a game.
To be fair, Neverwinter Nights crapped out on us. That wasn't on
Ah.
us.
It did.
Yeah. But yeah, so see you guys on Wednesday, same time. and then on Saturday for a special stream of helping out with dudes versus cancer. So yeah, fuck cancer. Let's fight it together.
Fuck
Hopefully we'll see you on
cancer.
Saturday. Yeah. That's it. That's it for this week. After that, it'll be a new Monday, new table talk, and I'll play you out with the intro. See you guys. Have fun. Roll high.
Oi.
All right.
You're playing the intro.